This video will show you how to replace the coolant reservoir on a Mitsubishi Lancer. This will be located along the passenger side of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Locate your coolant reservoir along the passenger side of the engine compartment. To remove this, we're going to start by disconnecting our coolant overflow hose. This is held in place with a clamp. Squeeze the clamp, slide it out of the way. Now we can see those two ears down there. Just go ahead and squeeze those in. You can use pliers if necessary. Typically you just squeeze them and lift it up a little bit. Now we'll take hold of that hose, give it a wiggle, and lift it up and out of position. If it's stuck on there, use a small hose pick. Once you have that hose disconnected, just give it a quick squeeze. Make sure it's soft and pliable. If you see any small tears like what we have here, this hose should be long enough you could trim a little bit off as necessary. To cut this, you can use cutters, you can use a hose cutter, or even a flat razor blade if necessary. I'm just going to use some cutters since I have those handy. There we are. That looks good. Let's slide the clamp down just a little bit further now. Quick inspection and we'll set that aside. Now we have one piece of 12mm headed mounting hardware holding this in position. There is one locating tab located underneath this. Let's take hold of this. We'll lift it up and out of position. There's our locating tab. If you find you have a rubber grommet on there, you're going to want to remove that. We will be swapping it over to the brand new coolant reservoir. It acts as a spacer. And there it is, friend. Of course, we'll be recycling any coolant that was in that reservoir as necessary. We're going to continue on with cleaning the mounting surface. As far as that's concerned, we have a bracket here. And then we also have this circular port on the body of the vehicle where our locating tab will slide into. Just make sure nothing's rotted or weak. It's time for installation of the brand new coolant reservoir. Along the bottom, we can see our locating tab. Let's make sure we install our small rubber grommet. Just press it on there as far as possible. Now, as we bring this down into position, we'll be aligning the tab with its corresponding port and installing our mounting bolt. But while I have it out in the open, we can look right along this area. You'll see two lines. The bottom line is the low line for your coolant level, and then up here is the full line for the coolant level. It's important to note, once we have this installed, we're going to top off the coolant up to that full line. Let's get this in position. Start in your mounting bolt and snug it up. We'll double check to make sure that's secured in place and continue on to our coolant overflow hose. Now as for this hose, we're going to take it and press it all the way down onto the reservoir as far as possible. Once you have it on there, we'll just give it a slight tug, and then of course we are going to clamp that down as well. Make sure it's perfectly seated so it will not come loose while you're driving down the road. Up along the top of the reservoir, we're going to open up our coolant cap and top off the coolant up to the full line. When you're topping this off, you want to use the manufacturer's specified coolant. You can also use universal, assuming that covers the coolant that's required. Now let's top off that coolant reservoir. I'm using a funnel. Make sure you close the cap. Okay, friend, we finished our installation. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.